So as the box says, this is a new GreenStalk that I'm very excited about. My poor strawberries are finally going to have a place to go. And I'm super excited because it's the new color. It's the blue. And actually they just did voting on a new color. And I think I voted for the more neutral one, but they do have this, one of the choices was a really pretty like berry color. And I might end up getting it if that one wins. We'll see. So this time I just got the spinner base because I can't wheel it around here, so there's no reason to have wheels. But let's try and get this a little level here. You do want these level for sure. We're gonna put it next to the chicken coop. Oh, this blue is way different than I was expecting. I thought it was like a sky blue. This is even prettier. Look at that. Oh, very cool. So this is the top. And then do not forget these, Karina. Those are the watering bins that go in between each level. And then they always send, and this is the drain pipe that goes in the bottom there. They always send cute stuff. Apparently Reagan P packed this for me, and some fun stickers. And oh yeah, this was their birthday sale, so I guess that's all that was. And then I think this is instructions, and they usually send a packet of seeds too, like lettuce or something, which actually I think I will plant a bunch of because I don't have much. Oh, this year it is sweet Italian basil, which I will also plant. Yeah, so just instructions. Okay, let's pull the rest of this out and get filled up. I'm pretty sure I got the 7-piece. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got the 7-piece. Actually, this needs to be hooked up on this guy. So this is just if you overwater it, the excess comes out of this tube. So we will have that pointing that direction. You know, I'm going to get a level and make sure this is actually level. All right, there is no level. We're going to make do. And this is the leaf. So it's not the original. So these are the shorter cups, which is what I have up in the on the deck as well. Okay. So usually I plant these as I'm putting it together, but I think I'm just going to put it all together and then plant into the individual holes. I might come to regret this, but so this is kind of cool stuff, this dirt. It's compacted, so it's 2 cubic feet of soil, but it's in this really small, easy to carry container, which I love. And I believe each of these should take 0.75 cubic feet. All right, putting that here. And you do want to fill these all the way up to the tippy top. And you do want to try and be careful not to get dirt into these holes, especially as you start putting the layers on, because then it will end up in your little watering things and could plug up your holes, which you do not want. Down here on the bottom, it's not as important. I do like to leave a little bit of a space in the middle for the watering well, or they don't seem to fit well together. All right, Let me get the hose so I can water these in as I go. Actually, that's kind of silly to not plant as I go, since they are right here, ready to go. So these poor little strawberries, they have been super game and have been living in these trays, well, all summer so far. I definitely lost a bunch of them because I had a lot more than this, but that's okay. Actually, I'm going to try and plant these a little closer to the front. And you do, when you're planting strawberries, want to be careful not to cover the crown. These guys have really nice root systems. So it kind of ends up looking like they're sticking out of the soil, but they aren't. I don't expect to get strawberries out of these guys this year. I believe they're a June bearing, so we're like way past when they would. I might get a few, but I'm not holding my breath, because as you can see, some of them are teeny tiny. And I'm not forgetting. Let's clean this guy out a little bit here. That goes in like that. I'm actually going to go ahead and fill this up. And I can actually see now that this is not level. But this is how you water. You stick my dirty fingers in there. Basically, from the very top, you fill up the very top reservoir, and then as it goes down, it fills up the next one of these until it reaches the top of this guy. Then the water spills over into the next, into the next, to the next. And basically, once you see it coming out of that tube, you know that you have gotten water all the way to the bottom. All right, let's see here. Better. There we go. That's pretty close. It is close enough for me. And then, oh, I don't think I showed you. In these little guys, they each have little holes that then drip into their individual ones of these. And then this just goes on top like this. Hopefully not crushing anybody. These are much easier to put on when they're not full of dirt. Okay, so now I definitely want to be a little more careful of this guy here. I don't know that I buy that there were 2 cubic feet of soil in there because that bag should have filled 2.5 of these. And it's not even filled the second one. That's all right. I think I got an extra bag, more than I needed. Planting the last 2. I ended up having to plant multiples in the pockets because I actually had more strawberries than I thought I did. So this whole GreenStalk, I thought I was going to end up having to put other things in it, but it is all strawberries, which is great. I'm thrilled that many of them survived. Oh, that feels good. So I did try to wet down the dirt as I filled and then before I planted, and then I'm giving each of them a good water right now before I put their things on. And then I also watered each of the watering trays as I put them on. I'm going to just spray off the sides here. They're all muddy. And I just realized this almost perfectly matches the green turquoise. Okay, not perfectly. It's close though. It's much closer than the sky blue that I thought it was going to be. And last but not least, and I just realized that this will get runoff when it rains, which is great. All right, and now I am just going to fill this guy up. What's going on here? I think I have a little too much dirt in this top one because it's pushing out the planter's sides, but I think we're all on now. Yep, there we go. All right, right, so I'm just gonna fill this guy up. And all of this water will seep down into each of the levels. It's a very cool system, highly recommend it, especially if you don't have a lot of space. All right, so while we wait for this to fill, I have 2 other projects. I keep forgetting what we already did one of the projects. It was trimming the tomatoes. But I have a couple of decorations I want to put up, like garden decorations. And then I do have the trellises for the other tomatoes. I just ordered the same thing that I'm using here. You can't see those. And so I'm going to set those up. Rinsing off my feet and the water feels very good. It is much cooler than it has been for the last several of weeks. I think it's only in the mid 80s today, but it's still kind of warm. All right, go in and get lunch. So I did not turn my microphone on for this whole next chunk, didn't realize it, but I wanted to show you what I was doing. So these are just some garden decor that a friend of my mom's had made. They're just made out of horseshoes and rebar. It's super cute, and I love having them in my garden. And then these are the trellis system. And I really like this system because it's, as you can see, modular, and you put it together. You can make it as tall as you want. You can kind of put them in any kind of configuration with the crossbars. The crossbars can be low. You can move them up and down. I'm not sure how, their longevity, we'll have to see after the season, but they seem really sturdy. And then the other great part of them is they are completely collapsible. So in the fall, they store in a very small box, as you can see, unlike kind of the standard tomato cages, the round ones, the metal round ones that you can get in the stores. I will need to get a few more because, as you can see, the ones here in the front are taller than the ones in the back. I just didn't quite have enough of them, but I don't need them right away because the tomatoes are still fairly small. All right, so I just figured out that I didn't have my microphone on for a whole big chunk of that, but I'll still show you, I will have shown you bits and pieces of it. But everything is now pretty close to being done. As you can see, the pergola is up, but one of the middle roof bars was damaged in shipping, so we have to get a replacement for that. And but otherwise, all of the big projects for the garden are now almost done, except for the few little things for the irrigation that I still need to do. So that is awesome. I think now I am just going to pick my beautiful chamomiles. I do that every night. It's one of my favorite things to do. And I am going to hand water the few things that still do need to be hand watered. Horses need to get fed. I think they're going to get a nice grooming. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye. So you guys, this female pumpkin, you can see the little pumpkin there, has opened up the flowers. So I'm going to hand pollinate, which means I need to find a male flower, which this guy is. Does not have much pollen on him though. I might open this guy. No. Oh no. Well, I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pick all of the currently open male flowers, and basically I peel back the petals like so, and then just take this guy like so, and you see what I'm doing here. Try and pollinate all the way around. And I'm just, like I said, I'm gonna go find some other male flowers because this guy did not have very much pollen on it. I believe I will need more. But hopefully I caught this one in time. Flower's a little faded, but hopefully not.